What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave, coming at you live from Germany for your weekly pop culture beatdown. Nerd and the Jerk. We got a special Nerd and the Jerk. Get your hater hats on, folks, because we're going overrated, and we're not leaving any stone unturned. And, of course, I don't do it alone. Wouldn't want to do it alone, and we all know I can't do it alone. So I have my good friend, my buddy. He is the chubby checker of YouTube. Well, being that he's chubby and I believe he's probably played checkers, it's the one and only legendary comedian Jake Link. What's going on, pal?
Come on, baby, do the twist.
Were you? Wait a second. Were you doing Bill Cosby doing chubby checker?
You see, sometimes you get the Jello pudding, and then you put it in the cup, and then you do the twist, and then the girls get raped, and they start accusing
Come
you.
on, baby, let's rape a bitch. That would be fucking Bill Cosby doing chubby checker. It's not good. It's not good. And we're off and running.
Then you take the picture of doing the twist with the young lady with the Kodak film.
Hey, the pudding pop is what I called my penis. I don't know why he's
Ziggity
Italian.
sound boom.
I cannot do a Cosby. Oh, I can't do a Cosby. I can't do it.
Theo, get over here with the pudding pops and the Kodak film.
You do a good Cosby. I can't do it.
Oh,
You
'cause I'm
know,
racist.
when I say club meal, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm trying to think of every good one that I've heard.
Voices.
Man. And I am decent with voices. I could do a South
Yeah,
Park.
I can't believe you can't do a Cosby.
I can't do it.
That's like you not being able to do a Mike Tyson.
I can't do it. I can't
Or
do
like
it.
an Arnold Schwarzenegger, or
I can do the
Those
Arnold.
are like
I can do the Arnold when we go to
everybody can do Arnold, and everybody should be able to do Bill Cosby.
when we go to the California, but I can't do the pudding pops. I can't do it. I tried to do the pudding pops, but I can't do it. I can't do it. It's fucking crazy.
You do a good Arnold Schwarzenegger doing Bill Cosby.
Yeah, right. And then he takes the pudding pop and he put it inside of the woman when she was asleep. It was very funny and humorous. I mean, no, it was deplorable. I know that I kind of did that with my nanny, but you know, I have many children outside of wedlock. All right. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Jakey, how you doing, my friend?
Doing good. Just, you know, normal everyday week in the Link household. You know, just everyone's intact. Everyone's still good.
Well, I think everybody being intact is a good thing. It's when they become dismembered when that becomes a problem, you know, so. It's a good start.
Everyone's accounted for. Girl Jake, baby girl Jake, and cat Jake, all.
I'm glad you've not lost any more members of your, as Tommy likes to call it, menagerie. So that's good.
No, now it's not a menagerie anymore. And it's kind of upsetting because like
it is
now that the baby's starting to eat like solid foods, and she just throws them on the floor. The cat doesn't really eat them. He's kind of a picky eater. So like now I kind of miss like having like a dog just be there just eating all the shit that she throws on the floor.
Well, a dog's better than a garbage disposal. That's the great thing about dogs, man. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's been 2 weeks since we've done a show. We didn't do one last week because it was St. Patrick's Day, and I did nothing. I did nothing. Could have totally done
Dave
a show.
Was like, you know, should we do a show?
Well, I thought about you guys in the States. You know, I mean, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a big deal over there near you.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, to be fair, every weekend is basically St. Patrick's Day here in Germany, but actual St. Patrick's Day, yeah, fairly big deal because there's a lot of Americans here, and I'm close to a post. Okay. So, yeah, it's kind of a big thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You know what else is a big thing?
What?
You're supposed to say what? Okay, you finally did. Okay, good.
Yeah, I did. I said what?
Our show. Our show tonight is a big thing. Do you know why?
The show's overrated.
Because, yes, exactly. This show, just like everything else in life, is overrated. And here we are.
That's true.
We're here to kind of, you know, I just kind of wanted to do something this week that I knew was going to piss people off. So why not
Yeah.
shit on everyone's favorite stuff? It doesn't get
See,
any better than that.
I was trying to figure out why, and I remember you saying that you just don't watch TV anymore, and that you've become depressed,
Yes.
and you don't watch TV, play video games, or watch movies.
Nothing.
So I'm like, shit. Is this like Dave's way of like, is he becoming a cynical asshole?
Yes.
Because I already had a cynical asshole as a fucking co-host.
This is my way of
Are you
just getting
becoming
revenge.
Yeah, you're becoming Tommy.
It's my way of getting revenge on life. Nothing makes me happy anymore except wearing my Jake hat from Adventure Time that I'm wearing right now. It's wonderful. Other than that, nothing makes me happy. You know what? That's not 100% true. Before we get into the overrated stuff, I got to say, 2 days ago, I finally watched Rogue One. And I loved it. I mean, like, I loved it so much, it might be my favorite Star Wars movie. And that's a big statement coming from me. I never thought anything would crack any of the originals from it, but this was so good. It's such a good movie. Oh my God. Even if it wasn't Star Wars, it would just be a good war movie. Fantastic. And Jake gives me crickets.
I'm sure it was. You know how I feel about Star Wars.
Well, yes, your own fucking delusional problem.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if I talk to you about, I don't know, fucking
the Devils.
The Devils or a ventriloquist or puppets.
I see, but I like those things.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You're a better friend than I am, I guess. I don't know what to fucking say.
Or if I talk to you about women midget reality shows.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, now we're on the. Now we're tracking. Now there we go.
Big Brother. If I talk to you about Big Brother,
there are things that I absolutely hate that you like. Yes, that is true. Big shout out to everybody in the chat joining us live for this Nerd and the Jerk. Captain Kirsch is here, unbelievably talented artist. You need to check her out, and she's good looking to boot. Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah, also good looking to boot, and he's incredibly talented as well. Different type of artist. Of course, he's a hip hop guy, does all of our intro music for the channel. He's awesome. Garth Overstein is here, so is Rebs, Carl Gibney, Stuart McElsey, Tommy NC 2010's around, all kinds of people. So thank you guys very much for joining us. Let's get to hating. Are you ready to hate? I'm ready to hate.
Yeah, let's get hating.
Are you on a little bit of a delay? Because it feels like everything is a little bit of a grenade.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to get the hate on.
All right, let's get our hate going. And let's start.
Break out the haterade.
Let's start with movies. Okay. We're going to end with TV shows because we're going to bring in the lovely Aeon, of course. But let's start with movies. Let's begin there because movies are just ridiculously overrated in general. People always want to put them up there like they're works of art and Picasso's, and especially as of late. It seems like every year in the last 20, 30 years especially, movies are being made just to win awards. And when they're coming out, it just it kind of makes
always
you sick.
Yeah.
It pisses
2 weeks before Oscars noms and shit like that.
It's ridiculous. So what better way to kind of stick it to the association than by telling them what movies actually really suck balls. So let's go ahead and start. And by the way, the term overrated doesn't necessarily mean suck balls. It could just mean you're getting tired of people constantly just slurping this movie. And although you're admitting and acknowledging that it is good, it needs to, we need to stop the insanity a little bit. Or in other regards, it can be this movie is shit and people are just up its ass for no reason. And I think we're going to run that gamut all through the night as far as which of our picks fall in what category. And I think you'll find that out as we go. Jake, you want to kick this thing off with your first choice for overrated movie?
The overrated movie I'm going to bring up first is Titanic.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Wow. As I said it, Macad said Titanic. Titanic. I think it was Leonardo DiCaprio. let's just face it, that was his coming out. I know he was in a couple other movies. He played in What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Yeah.
He was Basketball Diaries, and then this was his movie. And the movie was it was a decent movie, but I just think because he was such a teen heartthrob at the time, and every single girl wanted to taste his dick. I think that's the one reason this movie got success. You know how many? I was in 7th grade when that movie came out. You know how many times? Oh my God, Leo, he's so cute. I saw Titanic 6 times.
The funny thing about Titanic is it's a love story that just happens to take place on the Titanic. It has nothing to do with the Titanic. They get so much shit wrong with Titanic.
I feel like that it's trying to be a biopic. And I feel like that it gets too much notoriety because it's a biopic, and for a biopic. Yeah.
But it's not a biopic. It's not a biopic at all. It just happened to happen on Titanic. It's a very cut and dry love story about class fucking warfare that happened to happen on a sinking ship. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
The concept's been done before, but just now they just put it historically and it's just, I don't know. I just felt like when it came out, I thought, okay, this is kind of all right. And then it's just like, all right, now that I'm older and it's like been 20 years or so, I'm like, this is just horse shit.
I used to I pissed people off because I went in there because it's Titanic. You know how the fucking movie ends. It's Titanic. So I would go into theaters because this was during my time in that same theater that I used to talk about with Armageddon stuff. And I go into theaters and I would go, the ship sinks and almost everybody dies. And people would be like, oh, you fucking asshole. I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? You're getting upset because I spoiled Titanic? What? Ridiculous. But the reason why it was so successful too, it had a big time director. It had a huge song with a huge singer. It had some huge upcoming fucking actors and actresses in it. It had it all going for it, and it won an amazing amount of awards.
But yeah, I think at the time the special effects were great. I mean, but I think the whole entire King of the World and all that stuff has just been, every time if I see somebody do that on a show or something, I'm like, oh God.
It's corny.
It's
corny.
I want them to drop that other person who's doing it and just fall into the ocean.
It's pretty bad.
Just leave it. Yeah.
Just drop Fabricio. Yes, I know his name. Eat it. But that's because of Rick and Morty. So fuck everybody. Okay. So I think that's the low-hanging fruit of the overrated. I'm fully in support of your pick, but I think that is completely the low-hanging fruit of the overrated because I think we all know that the movie is grossly overrated.
I have some other ones that are going to piss off some people.
Well, my first one, I'm going to go right for the jugular right now. I got two others that it might upset people, but I'm going to fucking hit people right in the goddamn feels right now. All of the Harry Potters except for the first one. Grossly overrated. That was on my list. The entire series, except for the first movie, which is charming and wonderful and warm, and it's brilliant. I love the first movie, but the rest of them suck donkey balls. They're overrated. They suck. They're nowhere near as cute, clever, or fun as the first, and they need to die. And on top of it, goddamn J.K. Rowling's a cunt. So just makes it easier for me to fucking hate that series now. That's all I really got to say. I don't need to say much more. Overrated. Stop talking about it. It's dead.
That is on my list. And the fact that people are like, when's another Harry Potter movie coming out? I need more. No, you don't. Just stop it. You're adults now. Go pay your mortgage. I dated a girl. This girl was the mega Harry Potter fan.
I dated one like that too.
She if you said she thought she liked Daniel Radcliffe and she was thought he was the sexiest thing ever, and if you said anything different she freaked out on you. She fucking, and it was so annoying. There's Wizard Rock. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with it.
A little bit.
Think of the Zambonis. what they do with music with hockey, and then they have bands just dedicated to Harry Potter. I think they do like with Star Wars too.
Yeah, almost almost
Like-
everything big has stuff like that. Sure.
Like one of the bands is Harry and the Potters, and he just sing about Harry Potter stuff. And this girl, I kid you not, probably had a gig of it on her fucking iPod of wizard rock.
I'm still a fan of the books. Still, to this day, I still like
Still,
the books. No matter
I
how
see,
much I
I'm
hate
not a
J.K.
fan
Rowling.
of
No, the books are bomb, dude. The books are the fucking bomb.
Okay.
Books are the bomb. I can't even fuck with the books. They're well written. They're good books. Captain Kirsch in the chat says, Dave, you actually like the first one. They all suck shit. The first one's adorable. The first one's got charm, and it's well made. I love the first one. I thought the first one was amazing. It's the rest of them that make me want to jump off a bridge. But that's my first pick. What's your second pick, Mr. Link?
Well, that actually was my second pick.
See, I put a couple extras in just in case you may have overlapped on some of mine because prior proper
should've.
planning prevents positively poor performance, Linky.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna go with The Matrix.
Ooh, not the first one.
All of them, kind of.
Really? Okay, go ahead. Defend your position.
I don't know. I just think I like, the special effects were just like how with Titanic were kind of, second to none. I just got, I don't know. Maybe it's a Keanu Reeves thing. Maybe I'm just tired of Keanu Reeves traveling through time and shit. And I remember I went over to this dude's house. He was just getting high as, I was hanging out with this girl, and he was just getting high as shit. And she went to go get high, and I went in the living room or whatever to fucking watch what they were watching. Like, dude, man, this is The Matrix. And it was
the first one's awesome. I got to disagree with you a little bit because the first one is a great movie.
I'm like sitting there watching this, and I think it was a bootleg copy, so it was just really shitty fucking quality. And I'm like, I can't fucking, I can't get into this. I can't. It's just, I'm like, it just seems stupid.
I'm with
it just
you on
seems
2 and
stupid.
3. 2 and 3, damn the entire series. The first one's bomb as hell. I love the first one. I do. To this day, I'll still watch the first one.
Yeah. I see a lot of people in the chat are saying that The Matrix was overrated. A lot of people are saying.
That's the thing. It could still be a good movie.
I can't believe it.
But being overrated. I do think, look,
Oh.
when The Matrix came out, almost immediately it was considered the greatest sci-fi movie ever made. Yes, in that regard, certainly overrated because it's not. It's not. No. Minority Report is a better sci-fi movie. What's that?
Yeah, Fifth Element was better.
Fifth Element's a better sci-fi movie. I agree with that. Star Wars is a better sci-fi movie. It's just like it's not the greatest.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan.
I know you're not.
I won't even put. I'm not going to even put them in overrated because I see why people like Star Wars. Yeah. I think when you get into some of the newer ones, they get very overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's piss off some hipsters because I got my number 2. I think this is going to upset a few hipsters out there. Django Unchained. Django.
I didn't see it. Really?
Yes. And now I'm not even going to say that. Here's the thing. I'm not even going to say that Django is a good movie and it's just overrated. Django sucks shit. It sucks because it's Quentin Tarantino not being Quentin Tarantino. What makes Quentin Tarantino so great is his take on pop culture stuff and being able to spin it. He made a movie so far out of his time range, even goddamn Inglourious Bastards wasn't so far out of his time range that he couldn't make anything work that he normally makes work. Plus, he had the worst cameo he's ever had in a movie, in that movie. Jamie Foxx is maybe the worst actor to ever become famous. He is fucking horrendous. Yes, Ray sucked too. Ray sucked too.
Wow.
Terrible movie. Awful. Poorly acted. Jamie Foxx sucks.
I love Jamie Foxx and Ray.
Hate it. Hate that. Cannot stand Django Unchained. And I'm so tired of people slurping it with 2 hands. It makes me insane. The acting's bad. The script is poorly written. It's not shot fantastically well for a Quentin Tarantino movie. That's a big problem. The dialogue, the trademark dialogue that Quentin Tarantino is so good, seemed to be completely dumbed down just for shock value. Did nothing for me. I loved Inglourious Bastards. Hate Django Unchained.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't see. I really don't have anything to say. I've seen it on. I've seen like obviously the commercials for it and stuff like that, and the trailers, and it looked pretty good. But I'm gonna go. If you say I'm gonna.
Well, that's just for me. I'm not trying to convince anyone else. It's just for me.
I wanna check out these movies that you're saying are overrated.
Yeah. Just
because
you'll like
like another one, the Fast and the Furious series.
Is that your number 3?
I think that's gonna be my number 3.
Fast.
I think they're kind of overrated. With we get like the first one, yeah, it's good, but then when you get the fucking 17,
I gotta be honest. I fucking hate that series. I hate each and every one of those movies. I think all of them are awful. The first one is it's unwatchable. They're unwatchable films. They're terrible, terrible movies.
Yeah. Shit. All right. Yeah. Wow. I'm actually shocked that we agreed on a lot of our movie, just based off of that. And there are movies like, is there any other honorable or dishonorable
mentions? I haven't done my
like,
third. I still got my third.
Oh, okay.
I still got my third. So let's see what you think about my number 3, which is one that I know people are going to disagree with me on, because I seem to be the only person who hates this movie. And this is, again, it's not it's another one of those movies that I don't think is good and people just overrated. I just think it's a bad movie. I think it's so obvious. And I hate Kevin Spacey, The Usual Suspects. I hate The Usual Suspects. And it's another movie you hear about constantly. That and Fight Club. I kind of want to put Fight Club in there too. People suck shit out of Fight Club's ass as well, and it drives me nuts.
I think Scarface too.
Scarface is pretty bomb. Scarface is pretty bomb.
Scarface is a great movie, but I think people overrating it and overplaying, I think kind of like, all right, we get it,
Yeah.
So I think it goes with the Titanic. Like, everything's been done. Like I hate when people say hello to my little friend. Like, people fucking have to say that, and I'm like, everybody, who tries to be gangster tries to act like that.
That's part of being iconic, though, isn't it? I mean, that's part of getting that iconic culture.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword. It's difficult, but
it really is. It's a really thin line for overrated to just to iconic, I guess.
It's just, there's certain things, and Usual Suspects is another one of those. If I got to hear one more person go, Kaiser Sose, I'll punch him in the face. I'll punch him in the goddamn face. That movie it's just not a good flick to me. I don't know. And I know people are gonna be like, well, what is a good movie then, Dave? I'm like, I don't know. I'm terrible at what I do.
Basketball Bronson said Fight Club is good, unsubbed.
Good. Get out of here. Now, you know what? I don't even hate Fight Club that much. I just don't want, it's not a movie that I'll watch very often because it's just, it's long. It's another one of those movies that did not shock me. Like, everyone's like, the twist is going to get you. And they did the same thing with me with goddamn Sixth Sense. They tried to do it to me with The Village. I watched these movies and within 10 minutes, I'm like, well, this is what's happening. And they're like, how did you got spoiled? No, it's fucking obvious. And they get so mad at me, but I can't help it. I'm smarter than you. It's not my fault. It's not my fault at all. As far as honorable mentions, I do want to throw one honorable mention out there. And this is going to shock some people. Star Wars. Star Wars is overrated.
Wow.
I love Star Wars.
Okay.
I'm one of the biggest Star Wars fans you will ever meet. I'm wearing a Star Wars scarf right this moment. But Star Wars is overrated. It's a great movie. It might even be one of the greatest franchises of all time, but it is overrated.
It has some very bleak moments too.
Sure. Almost half of the franchise was bad. It's like it's a problem because you can make the argument that 3, and for some people, 4 of those movies of now the 8 that have been released, I mean, if you're counting Rogue One as well, that 4 of them have been fairly bad. I mean, some people really hate Force Awakens. Tommy C hates Force Awakens. I love Force Awakens, but Melanie loved Force Awakens. I think it's just a better retelling of the original 3, and that's why I like it so much. And it got back to being Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's why I liked it.
You know, and my, I guess, dishonorable mention is, and it's funny because the chat's bringing it up, and I had this on the tip of my tongue, is a lot of Kevin Smith movies. I'm probably gonna catch shit because I'm somebody who's grown up on the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
I go to his store a lot, and I've been to I know I go to Quick Stop, and
Yeah.
I know where everything is. But I mean, Clerks is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. But let's face it, he's thrown a lot of duds out there, and I think he knows that. Jersey Girl, Yoga Hoosiers.
Yoga Hoosiers wasn't that bad. Like, he's making movies now because he's a stoned old man and he's trying to make himself laugh. He's not the filmmaker he once was, and he admits that. I do agree with you, though, and I love Kevin Smith. I'm a huge fan. But,
like, I mean, I think everything we do is like, the podcast and the fact that I grew up on the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Hell, I told you the story about the one girl that I met who was in Vulgar.
Yeah.
Seton Tate. She was the girl who had the gun to her head.
Yeah, that was the what's his name directed that movie. His buddy, fucking.
Yeah, but he produced it.
Yeah,
but,
he produced it, but the bearded guy from Comic Book Man, he directed it.
Yeah,
he directed it. Man, the thing with Kevin Smith is people who become fans of Kevin Smith like want to elevate him to the Tarantinos, to the big like really art.
Nah.
No, he's not. He's not that guy. He's a great storyteller. Kevin Smith
Red State was just kind of weird.
I like Red State. I think it's a brilliant flick personally, but I think Kevin Smith is a far better storyteller than he's ever been as a director. He's a good director. He's an elite storyteller. Brian Johnson.
Yes.
Thank you, Carl Gibney. Thank you, Brian Johnson. But yeah, he's an elite storyteller, overrated director, but he doesn't buy into it. That's part of the reason why I love Kevin Smith. He doesn't even think he's that good. I like that, but I'm with you. Totally with you.
I mean, he's done like there's like some of his other stuff that like that he's like produced that's like in the same cast and stuff like that. Like it's called A Better Place.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. It's kind of gets a little artsy, and like it's about a kid whose father dies and he moves and he gets he starts hanging out with this like fucking problem child, and it's kind of like the movie The Good Son in a kind of way.
Oh God!
But
speaking of a shit fucking movie, my God. Good Son.
The Good Son.
Good Son reference.
Yeah. Come on, that was kind of funny. He fucking throws
not in the good way.
He throws the dummy onto the highway and shit, and fucking throws the girl into the. It was like watching Dennis the Menace, but with fucking real life consequences.
It's funny, but not the good kind of funny. It's the bad kind of funny.
Yeah. It's if you have a dark sense of humor.
But who is it? Macaulay Culkin and is it Elijah Wood? Who is that?
Elijah Wood and Macaulay Culkin.
Frodo and Home Alone together. Holy shit! My God! All right, so
Mr. Highway doesn't want to live anymore, and he just fucking throws the dummy over the fucking onto the highway and creates a fucking 20-car pileup.
It's so
and
bad.
Then goes home and it's on the news.
It's such a bad movie.
Oh God, it is so horrible, but it's so funny because like you can see yourself doing shit like that when you're a kid. And then just coming home just to see what happens on the news, like when I flooded out the baseball field.
Good God, Jake. You're a hoodlum. Let's go ahead.
I did not.
Let's go ahead and move over to the video game world, shall we?
Video game. Boop, boop.
We've ruined your innocence in movies. Now look, I think we're gonna piss a lot more people off in the video game realm.
I think so
than we did in the movies.
I think so too. People get on that unsubscribe button.
Yes, I think the unsubscribe button is about to get clicked vigorously. I mean, it's about to get real up in here. I think there's a hierarchy of rage when it comes to pop culture stuff. I think it goes movies, video games, music, TV. And
Yeah.
it's only
TV's the most
changed.
personal.
It's only changed from music TV in like the past 10 years. 10 years ago, music was definitely that one that would trigger people the most. But now it's TV shows, I feel.
People can care less about music anymore.
Yeah, it seems like nobody gives a shit because there's no good music out there anymore. I know, bring the hate, motherfuckers. I don't care. But video games being a huge part of my life, it's always important to me to go back and look at the games that maybe get a little bit too much love. Maybe a little tiny bit too much love. So with that being said, I'm going to kick this off, Jake, and I'm going to just throw this out there. We're going to get it going, and I'm going to put out one of the most beloved video games of all time. It gets more slurping than almost anything else. It's one of my favorite video games ever. I put more time into this game than almost anything else I've ever played, but if you play it today, it really doesn't hold up. And of course, I'm talking about Final Fantasy VII. The Holy Grail, the movie, the damn game that everybody talks about. Final Fantasy VII is grossly overrated. Great game. Love it. Will always love it, but grossly overrated.
Right. I actually had Final Fantasy in there. Just a lot of the RPG games are just really overrated. And I know Final Fantasy was like this. Whoever makes it was like the last ditch effort to save the video game company, and it fucking worked for whatever reason. And people have been just like you said, slurping it up.
Are you talking the entire series or just Final Fantasy VII?
I'm talking the entire series.
Now
it's
that
just,
you might get stabbed on this one.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because Final Fantasy has put out some great games.
I remember when it was out for Nintendo, like one of the earlier ones, and my friend was like, "Dude, you got to check out this game." And I'm like, "Okay." So I was like, "All right." So what are we doing? He goes, "Oh well, now you fight these people." Okay. All right. So are we gonna is shit gonna happen? Because he just ran close to him. Yeah. It's just I don't know.
See, people are misunderstanding. People are in the chat are actually going crazy. How can you say it's a bad game? I never said it's a bad game. It's a great game.
No, we said it's overrated.
It's just overrated. Doesn't mean it's a bad game.
That's right.
Now, with my movies, I shit on. The movies that I picked, I don't only think they were overrated, but I think they were bad movies. That's not the case with video games here. All the video games that I'm about to throw out, I genuinely do like. I just think that they get a little bit too much salt water up the butthole. You know what I'm saying? Needs to get pooped out.
Oh, yeah. Yes. We're putting y'all on blast.
You sound like a guy who doesn't like RPGs, though. I got to be honest.
I like Pokemon.
Different type of RPG. It's a different type of grind, though. That's a totally different type of grind.
I guess I never really got into them, but Final Fantasy is like where you went for RPGs.
Well, because the story, Pokemon doesn't have much of a story. Final Fantasy, especially 7, it's got great stories. Great stories. Final Fantasy 7 is the first game that ever made me cry. First game that ever made me cry was Final Fantasy 7. So I love the game. I do. So your first pick was Final Fantasy, the series. Mine was Final Fantasy 7. Go ahead, hit me with number 2 for you.
Number 2. Let's see. Call of Duty.
Ooh.
Can we stop? Can we stop with Call of Duty? Could we just stop with it? All right. Can we stop spending $60 on the same fucking game every single year, and then fucking they just add a new gun?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with Call of Duty. I know you don't like Call of Duty for your own reasons.
I don't play them because I can't play war games. I can't play too realistic anymore. Ever since I got back from Iraq, and I didn't even go through like Vega, like Lord Vega, he's an actual fucking war hero. Me, I caught a little shit when I was in 03 and 04 because of the unit that I was in, but that was enough to fuck me up for life, and now I cannot play anything that's too realistic. Can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Halo's a good game. I think Halo might be overrated too on certain games like Halo Reach, and Halo 4. Definitely they just fucking gave up. Halo 3 was the best, but I think it's I really think it's over. I really think Call of Duty's just overrated.
You're still sticking with Call of Duty?
No, I'm still sticking with Call of Duty. Yeah, actually, my third is going to be it's going to be one that I kind of think, is one of my favorite games of all time, but I think it's overrated now.
Do you want to just go ahead and say it now?
No, let's let everyone linger. You go next,
right,
sir.
Here's my number 2. My number 2 is a game that I really did enjoy. I never finished it, and I think the reality is when I say the name, most of you, if you're being honest, you didn't fucking finish it either. And I am talking about L.A. Noire. L.A. Noire. This game was so ambitious.
I'm gonna have to agree with you.
So ambitious, and there is some good elements to the game. It's a really, really fun game for the first hour, and then you kind of want to smash it with a brick. I don't think anyone's ever finished it. I don't think you can actually finish this game. It's like, okay, what do I have to do? I got to get her to do this exact thing. Oh, Christ. Oh, I got to sit through another 15-minute movie sequence. Oh, Christ. It's such a drag. The game is such a drag. And I do think it's a good game, though. I don't know anyone who's finished it. I think everyone's lying. You're all lying. Your gaming fault, Will Dillon, you're lying right now. Nobody finished that game.
Yeah, you say I finished. It was meh.
Mad best.
I kind of, all right. Is that yours?
That's my number 2.
I could agree. I agree with that. I never got. Everyone was just going fucking ballistic when that game came out.
Man, they went crazy. The slurpage was.
And
real.
I played some of it. I'm like, this isn't that good. Yeah.
It's a good game. It's just.
I'm like, this is kind of boring. Like you said, after the first hour, it's like, all right, let's see what's on TV.
It's Oscar worthy. It's like the Academy Awards made a game. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Oh my God.
That's what I want to see. I want to see like Forrest Gump the game.
That would be a fun game. You know what I mean?
That would be great.
Just for the soundtrack alone. I'd play that just for the soundtrack alone. Needle
and
drops,
the narration, baby. As a football part in it. And
can I play as Lieutenant Dan without legs? I want to play Lieutenant Dan without legs.
Yeah,
I want to be Lieutenant Dan in his drug-induced stupor, yelling at God on a boat. That's what I want to be. That would be great.
I want to be Jenny, just trying not to fuck the guy who has AIDS.
Yeah, do you want to be AIDS Jenny, or do you want to be pre-AIDS Jenny? Which Jenny do you want to be?
I want to be Jenny's dad.
Yeah.
For the
longest hit her hard enough. She was terrible to Forrest. She was such a cunt.
For the longest time, it took me so fucking long to realize that Jenny's dad fucking molested her.
Yeah.
Because like when Forrest, because he's so simple-minded, he was like, now Jenny's dad was a very loving man, always hugging and kissing and touching his sisters. And I'm like, holy shit, she was being fucked by her dad. Like this problem. Like I had this realization like 5 years ago. Like,
the autism is real, folks. The autism is real.
Somebody should do something about this.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
What was that? There was a bunch of lines in the movie like that where he was like, they called it $1 million wound, but the Army must keep that $1 million because I never saw a dime of that money. I mean, there's a whole bunch of lines like that are innocent but always had a bigger meaning to it. I digress. I don't know how we got back to movies, but
you know what?
Welcome to my life with Jake Link, everybody.
No. I said they should make like Academy Award like Forrest Gump the movie.
All right, what's your number 2? This is your number 2? No, this is my number 3.
My number 3 is I buy it every year. I've even got up at, to go wait for this game to be released at midnight. I used to sometimes even get it before.
I know where you're going.
I'm gonna go Madden.
I know. Oh yeah. Okay.
Madden.
Okay.
Madden it just peaks and valleys sometimes. I think the franchise is. I think they've really went away from a lot of the stuff that used to make Madden great, and now it's just kind of they kind of get very lazy with it. I remember even on this show, I gave the Madden 17 a great review, but like playing it after a while, like the online play is just atrocious. Like just there's fumbles almost every other play, and
they tried to do too much. They perfected it for a while, and then they tried to do too much, and it fucks up the game. Either you can't run, or you can't fucking play defense, or with this year's version, I heard there's a gross turnover problem. So I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, online, the online plays, there's like a mega over. Like I don't even like playing online anymore. Like I just play like franchise mode. I can't play online. It's just so glitchy, and you can't kick field goals because like it just runs so fast, the little kick thing. And I was like, I absolutely love the franchise, and I've been in tournaments. I've like I said, I've gone to midnight releases for this game, and I'm gonna buy it every year because I'm a fucking fool.
I haven't bought it in like 4 years.
Yeah.
And back in like 07, I was or 08, I was a ranked player for about 3 days. I played the fuck out of Madden for like 3 days. I was a ranked player, and then I lost it very quickly because I wasn't that great. But I love that game. But you're right. It's one of the most, if not the most overrated series in all of video games. It really is.
It is.
Because people buy it out of habit. It's habitual. It is. It's
like
heroin.
It's like the person who's trying to quit smoking and they don't want to, and they just buy cigarettes. And that's what it is. It's like, well, August is coming around. Madden's coming out. Here's my $60. Okay, let me go play this. I'll be happy with it for about 2 weeks.
Right.
And then it'll be fucking glitchy as hell because they'll put a patch in and
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Before I do my number three.
Midnight release for Madden. Yep.
Before I do my number 3, I have to tell you something. It's very important.
What?
You need to stop shaving. You need to grow your beard back.
I had a job interview, so
okay, I don't care. I do care because I'm worried that you might be unemployed or something, and that worries me.
No, I'm not employed. I'm just
looking for a better job.
I was just looking around,
looking for the BBD. We'll talk about that at another time. But you've got to start getting that beard back up, and the reasoning is sound. You look like my mother, and it's freaking me out. You look like my mom. And I'm starting to have a problem. You do. You're looking like my mom. I don't know who that's more offensive to. You or my mother. But
I don't know.
You're looking like my mom, and it's kind of bumming me out. I'm just like, if
Should I take off the glasses?
No, that makes it. Oh my God, it's worse. Oh no.
I feel like Millhouse when he takes off his glasses.
Those are not hipster glasses. Those are a real deal. He cannot see right now.
No, I can see. I can see fine.
Oh, you can. Okay. So maybe our hipster deal. I don't know.
No. I need them for like seeing far away and shit. Yeah. But I can like read everything. It's a little blurry, but
I just wanted to put that very important public service announcement out there. You need to start getting that beard back up. It's majestic.
Yeah, I want to.
Okay,
yeah.
Fair enough. Number 3 for me is, and I kind of went back and forth on this.
Aeon, Jake is the mother of Dave.
Exposed, yes. Thank you, Aeon. Dynamite drop in. I was gonna go with Super Mario 64, and that's my honorable mention. But I'm gonna go with God of War. I'm gonna go with God of War here.
Yeah.
I like the game. I just feel that it's been done better. Like I like God of War a lot more when it was Devil May Cry. I know that there's a little bit different dynamic in some of the things, but there are very similar games in others. But I would just I think it's been done better. And God of War, man, people lost their mind for that game. That entire series, I mean, really just lost their shit for it. I am Kratos. Oh, okay, I don't give a shit anymore. Okay, he's a servant of the gods. He killed his family. He didn't kill his family. Now he's okay. I don't care. Fuck it. I'm done. Just please stop. Stop. Can we just stop? Yep. So God of War is my number 3. You ever play God of War?
I think I have. I'm trying to think. I think I remember the hype behind it.
The hype was real.
And the hype. I remember the hype behind it. And kind of like I like to let the hype die down and then like give it a shot and see if it's shit. But I don't think I ever gave it a shot.
Oh, wow.
You know?
No, you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much.
Yeah.
Not great. It's been done so much better by so many other franchises that it's, I don't know. You got an honorable mention, or do you want to move on to the next category?
Yeah, no, I do. Need for Speed.
Okay, all right. I can get on board with that.
Just how many times can you just have this game be? It's the same thing with Call of Duty.
It's not even the best. The thing is, you're right, because Need for Speed gets so much love. It's not even the best racing franchise out there. I'll take Forza or goddamn Gran Turismo over that any day.
Cruising.
Cruising USA. Were you a Cruising USA guy or Cruising World?
See, Cruising Exotica.
Oh,
you.
You're so pretentious, Jake. You're so pretentious.
Yeah, I'm a Cruising Exotica type of guy. I worked at an indoor amusement park, and every Sunday was unlimited gameplay. So I used to fucking play that game. Like I played every level, beat it 6,000 times. But I love those games. Like in the arcade, it's not fun when you have the fucking in your controller and stuff.
I just slapped my wife's ass. I love Crazy Taxi. I'm just gonna put it out there. Okay.
Crazy Taxi is great.
That was a fun game to play in the arcade, by the way.
That was an underrated. Yeah, that was one of the games that was that we had too, and that game was always
great soundtrack. Really, really great soundtrack. Now you can't find the game with the original soundtrack anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Fucking it. Yes.
Spring.
Yep. Fuck it. Okay. Let's go to the one that I think that we're gonna piss some people off with this one because, like I said, up until about 10 years ago, this was the trigger warning, and I think there are still a lot of people who are gonna get mighty triggered when we talk about the most overrated bands in history. Because I don't know about you, I went pretty big with mine.
I went big too.
I went fairly big. Let's go with your. What's your first one, Jakey?
My first one, I'm going fucking hard. Metallica.
No, I think totally fair. Totally fair.
Metallica is so fucking overrated. They're so fucking pretentious. They put out 2 good albums and everybody still fucking acts like they're the greatest band ever. I hear Metallica fans fucking talk about Saint Anger and fucking Load and Reload. Yeah. Fucking they hate it. Then why are you such a fan you're a fan of their first 2 albums?
How about the masturbation to S&M? My God. People were like, S&M. Yeah. Guess what? Scorpions did it better. Eat a dick. Okay? They did it better with the symphony. Yeah. Eat a dick. Metallica's overrated. I agree with you. I didn't put it on my list, but I agree with you.
They are just... I'm like, people are like, how could you say that? How could you not? I'm like, they're just shit. Lars Ulrich's a prick. They fucking sue like little garage bands and shit for using ENF chords together.
I'm not going to even say they're a bad band. I just don't think that they're anywhere near as great. They're iconic. I get that, but
yeah,
I'm not breaking. I've never seen Metallica in concert, and honestly, I would never buy a ticket. I just don't have that desire to see them. I'd go if someone gave me a ticket. I'd go if someone gave me. Look, I had to be given a ticket to see the Rolling Stones because I felt the exact same way about them. And let me tell you, I saw them not even 10 years ago, and they were like 70 fucking years old, and they killed. They were amazing. And I'm not even a big Stones guy. All right. My first one, I'm going to also go big. Since you went Metallica, I'm going to go with one of those bands that I don't understand. To this day, I'll never get it. 2 albums in an era where there were so many bands that came out at the same time that were either easily as good or much, much better. But for some reason, and we all know why, there is this love affair, this sick following, and I know there's going to be a lot of people who are going to hate me for this one. Nirvana. I've never gotten it. I've just never, ever. Jesus Christ. Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam. There were so many bands.
I'm a little bit mad at you for that.
I'm sorry, man. There were better bands in the same genre that were before Nirvana.
I don't know.
Better. And
See, Nirvana had a different sound. Nirvana wasn't just that grunge sound.
I
Nirvana
don't
was like a
agree with that
grunge
at all.
and a punk. You
Oh
know,
God, no, I couldn't agree less.
I think Nirvana was much different than STP and all them. You know.
Yeah, they were different because they were worse.
No,
They
well,
were different
I
'cause they
think
were
that's what made them.
worse.
I think that's what made them great is because of like they weren't so pure and refined, and
Oh God,
there was
no,
still
they
some
were just
grit there.
bad. They
Maybe that's
weren't.
why. No, I disagree with you on this. I
Look,
disagree with you on
Kurt
Nirvana.
Cobain could not sing. He could not write. I've seen better fucking writing in a goddamn
He was a
14-year-old
great
emo.
writer.
Nah, I've seen better writing in a 14-year-old emo girl's fucking journal. Okay, no, nothing that great. I'm sorry, I can't deal with it. I can't. The slurping is making me want to kill myself. The slurping of Nirvana after all these years, just I want to die. People still cry on the day that Kurt Cobain killed himself or was murdered or the conspiracies that don't pull out that ukulele. I'm in a breakdown.
My girl, don't lie to
Oh God.
me. Tell me where did you sleep last night?
You know what? You know
I
what
like
the
how
thing
you're.
is? You sang it better than he did. That should tell you something. You sounded better than Cobain. Jesus, what are we talking about here, people?
I like that raw, non-trained vocal. Like I love Bob Dylan because of that.
Bob Dylan
And
is
so
genius. Bob Dylan was a genius.
Bob Dylan's a great songwriter, but he, and
I like
everybody
his
sings
voice.
his songs. I love his voice.
I
It's
like
very
his voice,
fucking
yeah.
powerful. Yeah.
But I did not feel that way about Kurt Cobain. Never have.
I feel
never
the
will.
same way about Kurt Cobain.
Well, I knew we were going to disagree in music, but so we both went big with our first pick. I can't wait to hear your second.
My second,
Yep.
I'm gonna go big again. Like I said, like I did with the Kevin Smith. I'm probably gonna catch shit from my Jersey people because of this, especially my sister-in-law.
Are you about to?
But I know.
Go ahead.
I'm about to hit Mr. John Bon Jovi himself. I think he is overrated.
You're gonna get shot.
I know. I'm like fucking 10 minutes away from Sayreville, New Jersey.
You're gonna get shot.
Yeah,
I know. Totally gonna get fucking murdered. I've seen Bon Jovi in concert. I finger fucked my first girl. Not my first girl, but I finger fucked a girl in public for the first time at a Bon Jovi concert. It was amazing. It was amazing.
That's Dave's glory days.
Dude, I do not envy the poor janitor who had to clean up that seat afterwards because it was a swamp when I was done with that shit. It was amazing. It was absolutely incredible. I'm a big fan of Bon Jovi, but I agree with you. There is a lot of overrated stuff, especially because of the type of band that they were. They were a poppy rock band, if anything else. I mean, we're talking about, we're halfway there. We're not talking about anything fucking real, like, grab you and really saying something. It's living on a prayer. It's like, come on, take my hand.
Bruce Springsteen's like more of like a fucking like what Jersey's about. Like if you were gonna have like one of those two guys represent New Jersey, it would have to be Bruce.
Well, he's the boss for a reason.
Yeah, he's the fucking boss, and I think I always ask everybody, who do you think would win in a fight, Bruce Springsteen or Bon Jovi? And
Bruce Springsteen would stomp him out.
Yeah.
Even if Richie Sambora was fuck his name is, even if he was there.
Yeah.
Bruce would the E Street Band would stomp them the fuck out. All of them. My God. My number two. Somebody just said U2 is overrated and sucks balls. I agree with you, but U2 didn't make my list, but their carbon copy certainly fucking did. I'm going mainstream today music. Coldplay.
Yes!
Makes me want to kill myself.
You know why I didn't put Coldplay on my list? Because they're that fucking bad that I didn't even want to fucking... I repressed Coldplay.
Coldplay is so bad that the Super Bowl regretted its decisions. The Super Bowl regretted its life choices. They were like, maybe we messed up here. Can we get Bruno Mars and Beyonce? Do you think Bruno and Beyonce would show up? Thank God.
You know what a bunch of football fans would like? Just Coldplay. No, that does not go together at all.
It's like somebody said, okay,
No.
you know what we need? We need a more pretentious and less talented U2. That's what we really need in this world.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Oh God, I hate them.
I hate Coldplay. I can't even defend them and say, well, they're a good band. No, they're not.
No, they're not a good band. Like, I don't even overrate them, because anybody who likes them is just they're like you said, they need to rethink their life choices.
Yeah, I agree completely.
They really do.
And that's all I want to say about Coldplay. So what's your third choice?
Guns N' Roses.
Ooh, nice, sir. I kind of disagree with you, but go ahead. Why?
I just think, like, the welcome to the jungle, and just dude. Like, I just kind of think like they get a little bit overplayed, and the fact that they were fucking canceling tours left and right and like Chinese Democracy took 10 fucking years to come out, and it was complete and utter bullshit.
They had so many great hits, man. And the thing is why I defend Guns N' Roses, because I feel that they are legitimately a talented band. I love Axl Rose's voice. I think he's fantastic. I think he's a great singer. What he did with AC/DC over the summer last year was nothing short of phenomenal. He stepped in, broken leg and all, ended up using the exact same chair thrown as Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters guy. And he did a really great job. I give a lot of credit to him, and the fact that they're back together now. I love Slash. I've seen Slash on his own. I've never seen Guns N' Roses together, but I did see Slash a Snake Pit, and that was pretty awesome. So I'm a fan, but I do agree with you. They are a little overrated, is because there's a lot of slurpage. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, my cousin actually was going to a show. He was like on his way to Philly or something. And they're like, yeah, nah, they canceled it.
There's not like too many bands that partied harder than goddamn, and there's not too many bands that hated each other more than Guns N' Roses. But I'm hard pressed to find people who partied harder than Axl Rose in the goddamn 80s and early 90s.
I think a lot of their songs are great. I just think that they're, like, take me down to the paradise and like, I think Axl Rose's voice is great. I just kind of think they just get, there's a lot of dick riding.
There's a lot of dick riding, and maybe too much, especially for a band that it really didn't do anything for 2 decades. So you're not wrong. They didn't have the longevity of some of the other bands that I think get a little bit more of a pass. But I agree. Like, I thought about putting the Beatles on this list. I'm not gonna lie, I did, because as great as the Beatles were, and as great as much as influencing principles that they had on music, I feel that there's way too much dick riding going with the Beatles. But I didn't put them on my list because I felt there was a band that needed to be put on this list far more than the Beatles.
Okay.
Fucking Green Day. Can we stop with Green Day? I'm a kid of the 90s. I grew up with this shit.
I agree.
On the West Coast, I grew up with this garbage. And I'm not a punk guy. I'm just not. I never really have been. But if I have to listen to that whiny bitch fucking sing one more, I'm going to fucking I'm going to punt 3 babies and find a little goddamn puppy and throw it in a river. That's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to respond to the next. Wake me by September end. Oh my God.
See, American Idiot, like, I lost it after that.
You mean nobody be an American? Fucking my God.
Everybody was trying
emo.
to jump.
That's what he is. Autistic emo. Fucking Jesus.
See, Green Day was the very first cassette tape I ever bought. Dookie. Dookie was a great album. Come on, like, you had Longview, Basket Case. I was a big Green Day fan, and then I started.
Time. No, fuck off.
Yeah, that's it. Come on, that was a great album. No. That was a great album. But I agree with you. They since time, like, they tried to jump on the whole entire being politically punk. They're not anti-flag.
They're anti-good. That's what they're anti-good. That's what they fucking
Yeah,
are.
they were trying to be anti-flag, but pop punk. You know,
I can't even.
you don't like any of them.
No.
Like you don't like any of their albums.
No. I can't say that I haven't sang along to a few Green Day songs in my life, because I have. But every time that I catch myself doing it, I have to beat the fuck out of myself. Like literally. Oh, God.
Having trouble trying to sleep. And can't cheap but running out. Oh my God, here we go. I get it.
I can't deal with you, Jake. The silence was all that I could do. I couldn't bear anything
Oh
else.
my God, here we go.
Oh my God. Okay. So, did you hit all? Do you got any honorable mentions in the music category?
I'm trying to think. I think Green Day was going to be one of mine. Because I agree with you, because they just kind of was like, all right, knock it off. You know. I don't think I have any
You
more.
want me
I
to
could
piss
think
people off with my honorable mention?
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix. The slurpage of Jimmy is amazing. There is so much slurpage of Jimi Hendrix. And he's great. He's great. Okay, do not freak out. He's great.
Grateful Dead, I'm going with mine.
I think you can also, Grateful Dead, because they might actually be a bad
My
band.
parents were fucking deadheads.
They might be an actual bad band.
Parents were fucking deadheads. Dude, that was the first concert I went to when I was 8 years old.
Really?
I saw the
Mine was the Beach Boys.
Bob Dylan.
Mine was the Beach Boys at a baseball game.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was actually kind of cool. I love the Beach Boys.
Yeah, 8 years old, fucking, the guy asked, hey man, you mind if I get high even though your kid's right here? Asked my dad. My dad's like, I don't care. So my parents were fucking deadheads. They always had all the fucking bootlegged tapes and shit, fucking shows.
You know who else I'm going to put in? I'm going to put in a category too that I know is going to piss people off. And the only reason why I'm going to put them in this category is because all their real big hits, if I listen to it for too long, gives me a headache. The Doors. Love the Doors. But if you listen,
I think a lot of their non-big hits are better.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've made this argument before. Their deep cuts are better than their main. I agree with that, because Jim Morrison was legitimately a genius musician, amazing, really, really, really incredible musician. But their main stuff, I agree. It gives me a goddamn headache, dude. It's so the music so repetitive. It's crazy.
And what we're gonna have to do.
But I mean, I'm not saying that they're a bad band. I'm not saying that they're a bad band. And I'm not saying that Jimi Hendrix was not a great guitarist. But the people who say that Jimi Hendrix is the greatest guitarist who ever lived make me want to kill myself. Because Jimi Hendrix is not the greatest guitarist to ever live. I'm sorry. I put Randy Rhoads. I put Eddie Van Halen. I put Satriani. I put fucking Yngwie Malmsteen, John Petrucci. There's a lot of Tony Iommi. No, not Tony Iommi. That's too far. Garcia. Too far. I put Tony Iommi's too far. I retract my Tony Iommi statement. But there's a lot of guys I put ahead of Jimmy. But Jimmy was great.
I'm gonna throw one more artist in, and then I'll be done with this one. Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you, Jay. I'm fucking with you.
Oh my God. The hate
especially
is real,
fucking
folks.
Brock Lesnar. Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Ugh.
Yeah,
what is wrong with that
my partner
guy?
Dave is dead on.
You know what? I'm gonna punch you in the face. You stop right now. That's Real Talk to Metaphor Messiah. That's my bro.
Nah, I'm fucking with him. I saw that he commented. I just wanted to make sure he was in here just so I could fuck with him.
He's gonna mess you up. He's gonna stab you. It's
right.
Great. It's gonna be great. Let's bring in our television expert, our good buddy, our good friend, the glamorous, the potentially psychotic, and I am stretching this out because I don't have her. Here we go. All right, the one and only Aeon. We're gonna bring her in for the television segment. She's gonna give us her most overrated television shows of all time, and we will do the same. I think this is the biggest trigger warning. Aeon, is your camera still broken?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. How are you doing there, Dollface?
Sounds like you're
do
ready.
you want to be here?
I do. I just wish my fucking camera was working.
It's okay. We forgive you. So
Do you? Do you?
we do.
Real talk. I agree with you, Jake. We go fuck real talk.
So first off,
Yeah, fuck real talk, man.
what do you think about the show so far? Have we've been too crazy or what?
You shit on Green Day, man.
Yeah, they suck.
Nobody shit on Prince, which made me sad.
Because you can't shit on Prince. That's why Prince was amazing. Prince isn't underrated, overrated at all. I love Prince.
Yeah, he's overrated as fuck, man.
Oh my god.
I've never heard any Prince song that I liked.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, you know what? Because you're not sexual. Because you're not sexual.
Yeah.
That's
he was
why.
a fucking Jehovah's Witness. How sexual could his sorry ass be? Fucking midget.
His songs are all about fucking. It's like all of his songs are about
He's
sex.
a Jehovah's Witness midget. What the fuck? What kind of sexual shit is that?
You need to back off with Prince. He's amazing.
Don't tell me don't tell me to back off, man.
All right. Well, luckily you're here for television, obviously not music. So, why don't you kick us off on this television overrated? I feel this is going to be the one that's going to really piss some people off. Because especially with my picks, I might actually kill somebody in this very call. Somebody might want to kill me after I give one of my picks. So let's start with Aeon. What's your first overrated television show of all time?
Friends.
That's my first. Yeah, Friends. That was my first.
Don't understand why people like Friends. I really don't. It's just fucking. It's boring. It's just there.
It's stupid.
So you don't think it's only overrated? You think it's a bad show?
I get why people like it, but at the same time, I don't because of the fact. It's just. I never enjoyed it. It's like Full House. It was just there.
I grew up.
It's funnier
than
Full House, but it's there, man.
I grew up with Friends, and I watched it every day. I was a big Friends fan, but it doesn't hold up now. It's unwatchable now. It really is.
Yeah.
I feel like it was like a fast food
in the
sitcom.
90s.
That was really what it was, man.
I liked it in the 90s, but now I hate it. Oh, I think your camera's coming on, Aeon.
Oh, there, I got fixed it.
She fixed it. And for some reason, everything just doubled as well. That's weird. I fixed it. Okay.
Double Aeon.
All right.
Yeah, I'm in a bathrobe. I didn't think I'd get this fucking thing fixed. I stepped on it today.
You look cute though. Look at her. She looks so cute in a bathrobe.
Nice hair.
Yeah, my God. Looking cute. All right.
So that's
your.
That's
your first. That's both of yours number
overrated.
one. So you're right. So that's both of yours first choice. Okay,
fuck
Friends. I am gonna go, and there's kind of a theme with mine, and it's just about percentage of what was good to what was bad. And for my first pick, I'm going with The Simpsons. The Simpsons, I mean, look, the reality is, if you're being fair about The Simpsons, everything after season 12 is fucking unwatchable. Horrible. It's gotten to the point now where even the Treehouse of fucking horror, Treehouse of Terror, doesn't even bother me anymore. It doesn't even get to me. It doesn't even get me going. The last three have been awful. And I love that. And I can't do it no more.
I have such a hard time, bad mouthing The Simpsons.
I know you do. And
I do. I absolutely, trust me, I understand, but I have a hard time acknowledging how the show has changed so much.
I haven't laughed at an episode of The Simpsons in a very, very long time.
I've never lapped up The Simpsons.
Ooh, Aeon goes even harder.
Wow.
I didn't put it on my list, though, because I understand why people like it.
Yeah, I do, too. I loved it for a long time.
It's not my cup of tea, man. And I missed out half of what you were saying about The Simpsons. I fixed my webcam, and then my speakers died immediately.
It used to really, to me, when I was a kid, and when it was really popular and it was really well done, it used to have so much. It was just an animated version of almost real life in a way. And yes, they went further and bigger and stuff, but the stories were always ingrained around something I can relate to. Now Homer's just the biggest fucking idiot in the world. Marge is just an insufferable cunt. The kids are fucking awful. I can't deal with any of it anymore.
Maggie hasn't aged in like 20 fucking years.
Well, none of them is aged. That doesn't bother me. It's a cartoon.
Yeah, that's true.
Jesus, what's the matter with you?
I want consistency, man.
Well, be consistent and hit me with your number 2 selection, Miss Aeon.
Big Bang Theory.
Ooh, okay. Well, I hate the Big Bang Theory now, so I am okay with that.
No, I never liked Big Bang Theory.
I liked it.
I really don't.
The only reason why I watched it was because my mom thought it was fucking funny, but I never liked it. I don't understand why nerds or anyone really likes it, because it's just not funny. The jokes are literally just let's list some nerdy shit. LOL.
I don't know. I felt in the early days it wasn't like that. I really liked the first, I'm going to say almost first 8 seasons. I really enjoyed. Last few seasons have wavered, and this season is fucking unwatchable.
This season is AIDS. But I've never liked the show.
I wish they'd cancel it right now. But I
wish
they
never started it.
It's an overrated show. I agree with you on that.
It's really overrated, man.
Jake, number 2?
Game of Thrones.
Ooh, Jake.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was my number 1. That was my third one.
Really? Wait
Game of Thrones.
How can either? It's almost perfect. I don't think it gets enough love, and it gets a lot of love. I don't think it's overrated at all. Game of Thrones is almost a perfect show. It's wonderful.
No, it's not.
Oh,
come on. Like, everyone tells me, like, I tried watching it. I'm like, I can't get into it. No matter what. And then somebody said, well, you got to watch like halfway into season 2 to like the Red Wedding or something like that. And I'm like, then that's when it starts to get good. I'm like, I'm not going to sit there and watch a fucking show for a season and a half.
Whoever told you that's a goddamn liar, because the first episode, first 10, everything about that show is great. Oh my God, I can't deal. Aeon, you're in agreement with this.
It's a good show, but like, it is a really good show, but I can't get into it. I don't understand why people are so fucking obsessed with it.
Are you hearing this?
Real talk said
it's just a fucking it's just a goddamn really good fantasy show. I don't know why people like obsessively explode over it.
Oh my God. Yeah. I can't even begin.
And like it's just there's people like love that show way too fucking much. It's not that.
It's got
amazing.
everything. It's got everything. It's amazing. It's incredible. It's well written. The costuming, the stories are great. It's fun. It's always engrossing. It gets crazy. It comes back. It's God.
If I have to force myself to watch a show that's based off of one of my favorite book series, it's not a good show. I have to force myself to watch that show.
Can't deal with it. But all right, so that was your number 3, Aeon, and that was your number 2.
Yeah,
Jake?
I had a 4th one just in case.
All right, good. You can do your 4 as 3. Jake, so that was your number 2. My number 2 is Lost, a show that I loved. And admittedly, the show lost a lot of shine and doesn't get the type of sucking that it got because of the finale. The finale was so bad, it just it's probably the second worst finale in the history of television shows, right behind fucking How I Met Your Mother, which is by far the worst television finale to ever go on camera. Another overrated show, by the way.
Yeah.
But Lost, as much as I loved it, they never answered anything. Nothing was ever solved. Nothing. It's just like I'm sorry. I can get into some ambiguity. I like ambiguity, but nothing got answered. Nothing got resolved. It's just awful at this point, and people need to let it go. Stop trying to fucking convince yourself that the finale was somehow brilliant. Those are the people that I really want to stab with a goddamn rusty butter knife.
That was my other fucking overrated show.
I agree with you. First season was like just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it just kept going, and like they never fucking closed the plot holes of anything. Yeah. And it was like trying to be weird, but it wasn't doing a good job of it. It was trying to like confuse you, and it wasn't doing a very good job of it because it was just it was it didn't even close up like half the plot holes or questions fans had. It just ended. It was like, okay then.
They opened all these questions about physics and reality and all these things, and they just simply never answered them. They're just like, oh, I know that we introduced all these principles of physics. We're not going to answer shit. Jesus, I wish they just would have made it all about, yes, it's purgatory, God and devil. That's exactly what it is. There's nothing else to it. That's exactly what it is. I could have accepted that a hell of a lot better. Unbelievable. You're right. Okay, guys, you're all right. God, devil, that's it. Boom. Fucking take that. That's it.
That's right. Back to the island we go.
So where are we now?
Get off this island.
I think we're on number 3.
Okay, Aeon, do you have another one, or did you waste all your
My other one somebody brought up in the chat was Doctor Who.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
This is coming from a big Doctor Who fan. Like,
I was about to ask, are you a big Doctor Who fan? Okay.
I am a gigantic Doctor Who fan. I have blankets. I have wallets. I have backgrounds, and I used to have posters and shit.
Do you have?
I actually have a poster of the Daleks on my closet door.
Do you have a TARDIS in your room? That's what I want to know.
I do actually.
I love Aeon.
There's a TARDIS, and I'm looking right at me.
She's got a TARDIS. That's amazing. Nice. Well, I put her on
my favorite Doctor too.
Nice. So why is it overrated?
Somewhere.
So tell me why it's overrated.
Like the show, it fluctuates on how good it is and how bad it is,
depending on the Doctor.
The latest Doctor and latest writing and episodes. I actually stopped watching the show. I don't understand what the fuck is happening in the show.
Well, the show's been
I keep
on for
trying
like
to watch it, but it's just like, what the fuck are you writing? It just got so boring and bad. It's just like, what the fuck happened?
It's been on for 125 years.
Yeah, it's been on for like, it's been on.
It's been on for fucking ever.
It's the first TV show to come on, and it'll be the last TV show.
I don't want it to stop, but at the same time, it's time to stop. At least with the current Doctor,
Simpsons.
They need to fucking get rid of him and get a new dude.
Nobody likes the current Doctor. I don't think I've read one thing where
that's why it's like overrated. People who are like fawning over him, this current one, it's just like, no, I don't know what the fuck the writing did, but
was the last good one. I think I can't remember his name.
David Tennant was a really good one. My favorite was Matt Smith. I have the sonic screwdriver of Matt Smith's.
Do you really?
In my room, yeah, it's on my bookshelf.
Nice.
I have a lot of Doctor Who
I'm with you though on some of that. I'm with you. It gets a lot of suckage. There's no question. There's a lot of slurping going on with Doctor Who. Jake, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is a show that has a very impressive cast. I just could not get into it, and that's Arrested Development.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
I never really watched it.
The show has,
but it does get a lot
of. The show had such a cult following. It was on. People loved it. It went off and went to Netflix. Then they had a movie on Netflix, and just people are just going. My wife, one of them. Yeah, I think they had like a
I stopped paying attention to that show.
I think it was, or they're gonna have a movie. I don't know. Something was, but my wife absolutely loved that show, and she tried to get me into it, and I was just like, no, this isn't doing it for me. And I made it, and it's funny because I even made a reference to the show. I told her, I said, Tracy, the money's in the banana stand, and she's like, you don't like that show. It's like, yeah, I know, but I like that reference, but I'm just like, I just couldn't do it. I don't know why. Like, it seems like something I would absolutely like.
I'm a little bit surprised because everything I've heard about it, that does seem like a show that would be up your alley. It really does.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's just
my number 3. I've picked shows for my 3 and my honorable mention that is probably going to end up being my number 1 actually, but number 3 is going to trigger one of you, and then my number 1 is going to trigger the other. My number 3 is Firefly.
Shit.
Firefly.
What?
Yes. What? Yes.
What?
I like Firefly. See, I knew I'd trigger Aeon with this one.
My camera broke also, I think.
The way people talk about Firefly is like the way people talk about Jesus. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like nerds, and I'm a nerd, big nerd. I can't even talk to nerds who like Firefly anymore because I want to beat the fuck out of them. Because they're so... I love Joss Whedon. Love Joss Whedon. And I just had to talk about this the other day, too, about how I'm a big Joss Whedon guy. And I don't even mind Firefly that much. And I always get the same thing. And she said it to me as well. It's a sci-fi western. It's a cowboy in space show.
It's cowboys in fucking space, man. Jane is the best. Oh, my God, Jane.
Everybody loses their mind that the show got canceled, and I just couldn't give a fuck less. Dollhouse deserves more love than Firefly. Okay?
Ooh.
Okay? Okay?
That I do have to agree with, in all honesty.
I love Dollhouse.
I fucking love Dollhouse so much. I wish Firefly would have stuck around longer. I'm sad that it didn't. But that show deserved another fucking season. It deserved more than just Serenity, man. I wanted more of Jane. I wanted more of my mercenary psychopath. Come on, webcam, wake up.
Jake, what did you think of? Oh, wow, you did it. Whatever you did worked. Yeah, nice job. What
I
did you think of
threw a
Firefly,
bottle
Jake?
cap at the
I don't think I ever watched it. So
Oh, you never watched Firefly? Wow. But you hear people talk about it, though, I'm sure.
I hear people talk about it. I don't think I ever watched it. Probably just didn't tickle my fancy. So I can't say if it's overrated or underrated.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Honorable mentions,
pretty amazing.
Kids. Go ahead, hit me with some honorable mentions there, kids.
The local news. Come on, we get it. Things are happening.
My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic.
There's so many overrated shows. So many overrated shows. The Office is overrated. I love The Office. Very overrated.
It had its peaks. The Office could go down as as an American classic sitcom too.
Yeah. I think The Sopranos is a little overrated. I think Breaking Bad is a little overrated. I have
to agree with you on the Breaking Bad thing too.
I think Breaking Bad
people consider one of the greatest shows of all time, and it's it was a great it was an amazing TV show. But calm the fuck down,
Let's
man.
calm down a little bit. Let's
calm down. Calm
there.
your titties. Calm your titties. Calm your double chin. That was a bad joke.
Yeah, you guys got any more honorable mentions before I make Jake die?
Oh wait, you're murdering Jake?
I think what I'm about to say might. Yeah.
Oh my God! Do it.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
I'm getting
Jake.
my fist ready.
I hate to tell you this, Jake.
Okay.
But maybe the most overrated show in the history of television is Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
A show that is quite literally, if it's good, is 20% funny. 20% funny on any given night, and has been since the late 70s.
They've been funny?
20%, maybe, at its peak.
No, dude, I agree.
What? You love Saturday. You got friends who write on Saturday. You love Saturday Night Live.
No, hey, listen, I have to say that, like you said, Weekend Update's always good. I think the writers do a really good job with Weekend Update. I think, I kind of agree, because there's times I'm watching, this week kind of sucked. You know,
I was not expecting that reaction, Jake. I got to be honest. I know you have.
I know
you hyped it up. I was hoping he was going to be mad.
You've got a connection to you've.
I know I got
you talk about it with such reverence. No, I'm talking you have an emotional connection to it. It always feels like.
I mean, I love Chris Farley, and he's one of my. I don't know if you guys saw the video I posted.
No, what'd you do?
No.
When I did we did a skit when I was on Rocky.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
Yeah, you can repost that if you want.
Didn't I?
No, you could post it as you're on Dead on Dave Productions.
Oh, okay, yeah, I will do that.
Yeah, just
yeah, because I don't know what video you're referring to. I don't even know where you posted it.
It was the Chris Farley, Patrick Swayze, Chippendale skit.
Yeah,
we did the dance.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
I'll post it, but I own it.
Where was it on Facebook?
Huh? Yeah, well, it's in our chat too.
He put it in.
Okay, yeah, then I have seen it. I thought I saw it on Facebook somewhere.
Put it in the chat. It was our chat. You're supposed to care a little.
Yeah. You're supposed to go, yeah, that was great, Jake.
It was great. I loved it. My favorite part was when he
I mean-
danced.
I mean, I knew you didn't.
I'm sorry,
see it
I've been
because-
busy, man.
Because
I'm
your seat's
tired.
not sopping wet.
That's so good. Oh God, there we go.
I'm tired and
Come
busy,
full
man.
circle. But yeah, I mean, look, I know you
No,
just
I
mentioned
agree.
Chris Farley. So while we're at everything else, I'm going to say this: Chris Farley is unbelievably overrated, and I'll tell you why. Chris Farley, who I love, he wasn't that funny unless he was doing something physical. He had Chris Farley couldn't sit in front of you and tell a joke with his hands to his sides and make you laugh.
But
Had
Jerry Seinfeld do physical comedy. You
no,
know?
but Jerry Seinfeld could tell anybody a joke and get a laugh out of them, and he doesn't have to resort to shaking his jowls or fucking doing a cartwheel or slipping in shit to do it. You know, Chris Farley needed that. He wasn't a gifted
Which
comedian.
I think would be funny now if I just saw Jerry Steinfeld do all the parts and all the classic scenes from Tommy Boy.
I would pay to see that. I would actually pay
I want
to
to
see
see.
that.
I want to see him go. I'm a maniac.
Maniac. And
Yes.
I love his movie. I'm in a minority. I actually like his movies better than I did anything that he did on Saturday Night Live. I wasn't a fan of his SNL work.
On
I
Saturday
like
Night
his movies. I
Live?
like Tommy Boy. I
Come
love
on,
Black
the
Sheep.
Chris Farley show is just great. Come on, but he had fucking Paul. Hey, you're Paul McCartney. Remember when you were in the Beatles? Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So funny. So hilarious.
Come on, it's fucking hysterical. The
No.
awkwardness. You're a fucking talk show host.
I just want to.
fucking awkward. Come on. Matt Foley, inspirational speaker. How could you say that?
Come on,
See,
down
now-
by
see,
the river. I can't.
SNL, you saying SNL was bad, is overrated is one thing, but saying that Chris Farley was not funny
He wasn't.
is complete. No, he was. He was great. He was a comedic genius. He was a physical comedic genius.
He was a
He's
fat guy.
He's not a great. He's not a great stand-up. I know that, but he's great with the physical stuff, and not everybody could do the physical stuff like he could, especially at that size that he was.
I'm
And
going
saying
to
that
end this
because that's what I
conversation
used to
with
do.
one phrase: Beverly Hills Ninja. Good night. Okay, there's no defense of
Beverly
that.
Hills- All right, everybody has a bad fucking movie. Okay, his cameos were fucking amazing in Dirty Work. The Saigon whore that bit my nose. Tommy Boy is a fucking comedic.
I love
classic.
Tommy Boy. It is amazing.
If I see Tommy Boy on TV, I stop what I'm doing to watch it.
I love
Black
Tommy
Sheep is kill Whitey. Come on, that's fucking great.
I agree. With I said I love those movies. I just did not care too much of all the stupid shit. I'm probably one of the only people who grew up in that era that didn't like that 90s era of Saturday Night Live. I didn't.
David Spade is more overrated.
I think, you know what? Wait a second. David Spade is more overrated than fucking Chris Farley. Now, if you want to say
David
Adam
Spade owes
Sandler
fucking
is
Chris
more
Farley
overrated.
everything.
Fuck Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler's the most overrated of anybody that's ever
Okay.
probably come out of fucking Saturday Night Live.
No,
I
Chris
regret his
Kattan.
existence.
Oh,
Chris fucking Kattan
is he overrated?
the worst.
Is Chris Kattan really overrated though? Nobody cares.
No,
about
he's
Chris
the
Kattan.
worst.
Oh, he's the
Yeah.
worst.
Fuck is
He's
Chris
the
Kattan?
You ever see Night at the Roxbury?
No.
Good. You didn't miss
well-
anything. You missed nothing.
He's he played Mango on SNL. He was also Night at the Roxbury. He's been in the show The Middle. He's like my least favorite SNL cast member of all time.
That's saying a lot. The best thing about Chris Kattan, he was in a movie called what was it? It was Santa's Sleigh. Did you guys see this?
No.
He died at the beginning of Santa's Sleigh. And if you have not seen Santa's Sleigh and you are a fan of this channel, you have a reason, because it has a wrestling tie-in. Because in this movie, Santa Claus is a demon and he kills people. And he is played by, and I'm not making this up, Bill Goldberg. And In
Love
the
that
beginning of the movie, he kills Fran Drescher. He kills Chris Kattan. He kills all these people that everybody like hates. It's such a bad movie.
It's a brilliant movie. It's the best movie on the planet. I fucking love it.
You know what? I think maybe
You made
not
me very
next week.
happy by mentioning that movie.
You're welcome.
We got to do underrated fucking movies that everybody should check out.
We should definitely do that.
I thought about ending the show like that, but I didn't give anybody notice, so we're not.
I got some.
Some.
But I know we've already done an hour and a half, so I think we should do a full show on the show on underrated stuff. I think since we did it overrated, I think because we are Nerd and the Jerk and we are all about parody, let's go ahead and we'll do a full show on the underrated, and we'll do that in the next few weeks. Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I think this was a pretty damn great show. Aeon's camera goes out once again. What did you guys? Anything that we missed? Anything you'd like to retract? Any statements that you regret saying that you'd like now to beg for forgiveness before we get out of here? Jake, Aeon, anything?
I regret saying, yeah, let's do this fucking show. If I knew you were gonna fucking bash Chris Farley,
I knew somewhere I would trigger you. I thought it'd be with the fucking.
You're
SNL.
trying all show. You're like, I'm gonna get him with this one. I'm like, nah, I agree with you. Yeah. I'm gonna get him with this one. Nah, I agree with you. Chris Farley's overrated. Fuck you, Dave.
I saw my opening and I took it.
Damn.
I saw my opening and I took it. I saw your eyes twinkle, a special twinkle when you were talking about Chris Farley. And
you're ruining my childhood by arguing.
There you go. Who gets Aeon in the divorce, Jake? That's the question.
You can have her.
I don't want Jake. He likes Chris Farley.
She's
actually mine. You like Chris Farley too. I don't want either of you guys.
I do kind of like Chris Farley. I mean,
we're your gay dads.
That's right.
I'm gonna become homophobic now.
There you go. I don't blame you
Your
because
fault.
Jake and I think would make a fantastic gay couple. I'm just saying. I think we would do wonders for the community. Wonders.
I think we would
do wonders for something, all right?
Yeah, abstinence. We would do wonders for fucking abstinence.
Yeah.
We would do.
AIDS would go down.
All right, kids, go ahead. Aeon, Jake, tell the kids where they can find you. Aeon, where can they find you if they want to hear more of your wonderful pleasantries?
I don't know why anyone would want to, but if you do, Lurking Aeon, AION on Twitter. I don't do anything else on YouTube. I'm just kind of everywhere.
She kind of siphons off all of us. It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I'm a fucking leech. I'm not Leech Live, but I'm Leech.
Jake Link, where can all the kids find you and what's going on with you
Everyone
right now, my friend?
Find me at Jake Link Comedy on Twitter. Yes, Twitter. I'm getting quite a amount of Twitter followings and stuff like that. Real Talk said my racism. Twitter? I sometimes do.
Jake's racism is overrated. Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, I agree with that.
I actually think my racism is very underrated. Thank you. I don't think I'm racist enough.
There you go. But other than that, I think we're gonna go ahead and on that note. It's as good as any to get up out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Frenchie Ben is trying to get you to kiss him Aeon, so maybe if you want to do that, you can go ahead and kiss a Frenchman.
Yeah.
Why not?
No.
Yeah. If you kiss him, it's automatically a French kiss.
There you go. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Makad, Leaping Lizard, TKO Rising, Frenchie Ben came in at the end, Gaming Fault, Real Talk, The Metaphor Messiah, Captain Kirsch, Makad, all you guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. We thought we like to do these little specials every now and then, and hopefully you guys enjoyed, especially when it feels like if we're not doing a special, we got to talk about Trump. You know, it's like I don't want to have to do that shit all the time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed.
I have one more thing that's overrated.
What's
black
that?
People? Just saying it.
Nice. Well done. Well done. Woo!
You just saying that because the overrated Real Talk the Metaphor Messiah is in the chat?
Yeah.
He's overrated in more ways than one, man.
Good God.
He's the most overrated black guy ever.
Good God. If you guys have any ideas of specials you would like to hear us tackle, please let us know. We want to hear from you. Also, give us all of your overrated in all the categories that we covered tonight. Go ahead and hit us hard in the comment section. Hit us on Twitter. You can find me at ThatOnDaveV. And yes, Aeon is giving you the wink at Hit It Hard because apparently we're all children tonight. Thank you very much for joining us right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. We will see you next time. Keep it copious, folks. And remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. No trivia night tomorrow. We're going to be doing a little something special. Baseball fantasy draft is going to be taking place, and I'm going to be doing that and taking questions, talking about all kinds of stuff, as well as
Touch 'em all coming back?
I don't know. But I'm going to be touching myself and all of myself a little bit later on.
Oh, we didn't bring up Beth.
Gonna pull out the pocket pussy?
Wait. Beth has a friend. I took a second rubber lover. Her name is
What,
Annika.
another one?
Yeah, Annika. She's got boobs too. It's amazing. Yep. That got quiet fast.
Yeah. We
Yep.
We're gonna have to
all right, guys.
I didn't even,
Oh boy, I'm getting tired. It's
We'll
only
see you next
10:30.
time. Keep it
some
copious.
pocket pussies with titties?
It's got tits, yeah. Annika.
Yeah, show us after the show.
Okay,
Looks
I
like
will.
the show.
I will. I'll
gotta
show you
see
right
it.
after.
No, I don't want to see you fuck it. I want to.
No, I'm not gonna fuck it. I mean,
No one
we'll
wants to see you fuck it. Yeah, I don't even think Dave wants to see himself fuck it.
No, that's not true. I used to be a stallion, but as we all know now, I'm just a polar bear with a hiccup. We'll see you next time, folks. Keep it copious, and peace.
And here goes Cam again.